This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Now we got you, Verizon.
Sorry,
Now
man.
we got
Usually the mic just starts working when I come on, but it didn't this time.
Nope.
No, I was playing some pickleball here at Plantation Central Park, and actually one of your listeners recognized me, and we started talking a little Canes. He was asking me why Mario didn't take a knee against Georgia Tech and the timeout scenario in the bowl game. So they're still talking about that.
Well, hey, it's kind of like the Titans game with the Dolphins. It's one of those that just it'll sting us forever. It just things. I will never recover from the Fiesta Bowl.
Right.
Never. I can't recover from the Fiesta Bowl. There's no freaking way. I can't recover from Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just those moments in our lives and with the Canes or the Dolphins or whatever that, the Heat. The fucking Allen Houston ball bouncing around the damn rim, and I'll never recover from that shit. That kind of stuff. That there are those moments in sports that I just, it'll stick with me forever, and it's just.
I would love the top 10 Big O moments, worst moments in South Florida sports history. The biggest.
Those are some of them.
Those are some. You got to come up with a list, man. You should come up with a list. I'd read that.
I think, you know what? I think I need to do a show of that. That's a good one there. This off season now. This is good. That's a good one. I like that. My top 10 most painful moments as a South Florida sports fan, because I'm the only media member pretty much in town that openly says, yes, I'm a fan of all the teams, and yes, I will love them and rip them too at the same time. It's all good. You know what I mean?
That's why I love you, brother. That's why you're one of the best of all time.
I appreciate you, bro. You're too kind. The Tim Ice Harris thing.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine called me and he goes, "Oh, dude, this is bad on Mario, this, that." And I go, "Well, wait a minute, dude. He's leaving for an OC job.
Yeah.
Instead of a running backs coach. Now, maybe he wasn't a perfect fit here. Maybe he wasn't completely happy here or whatever. But I also have to look at it for what it is. You are improving in your job. You are going from running backs coach to an offensive coordinator. Do I look at it that Tim Ice Harris is professionally improving his life, or was there more to tell in this story in the parting of ways?"
No, I didn't get that sense at all. We exchanged a couple text messages yesterday, and knowing Tim and his family really, really well, I covered Tim when he was a high school quarterback at Miami Northwestern, and when he was winning state championships in the 800 meters. So we go way back. I never got the sense that he was unhappy here. This is home for him. Right. And even if Mario is a slave driver, all of these coaches aspire to be more. Okay, they aspire to become play callers. And Tim is one of those young guys who's in his mid-30s now and was trying to ascend in his career. And this is a step forward, a chance to go work with a guy he's already worked with and be an offensive coordinator at a Power 4 conference. Yeah.
And by the way, Malzahn was just gushing over the guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So that's why all of this, I tried to walk my buddy off the ledge, because he's kind of like I am a little frustrated with Mario, but I said, no, dude, this is not something I think you hold against Mario. I think this is a human being improving his stature in life, and he has an opportunity to get closer to becoming a head coach. And, I told him, like you just said, he was a head coach already at the high school level. He was a successful coach. So there's no doubt that Tim wants to be eventually a college head coach.
Just like his father, what came on a college staff and came back to high schools and did, like, these guys aspire to be more in life, and they jump around, and that's part of this profession now. There are not assistant coaches that you see logged into one program for very long.
I'm with you there. Yeah. So it's, so who replaces him? Does it get elevated from within? Probably.
It could be somebody on the staff. I know that they've recently brought in an analyst. I think Mike Casano, who has been around college football a long time, was on one of Mario's previous staff at FIU. It could be one of those things where somebody who's paid their dues for a long time, Mario gives them an opportunity to be on the staff here, or it could be one of those positions where, you know, you go out and you bring in a Jawan Sider. Jawan Sider's been one of the best running back coaches in college football a long time. He's at Penn State now. He does a great job. South Florida guy from Blvd. You know, maybe they go out and Mario picks off somebody from another staff if that's what he wants to do.
If you get anybody from Blvd, you got a winner, bro.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. So,
we're all winners. All of us from Blvd, we are all winners. Okay.
Well, listen.
You know I was born. You know I was born in Blvd, right?
I did not know that.
You did not know that?
I did not know that.
I'm the only guy with no athletic ability born in Blvd. How about that, baby? How about that? Everybody else in Blvd, everybody else in Blvd can run a 4.4. I can run a 44.4. Is what I run. You know, so yeah. Blvd, baby. Los Cubanos, back in the 50s, late 50s and early 60s, when they came from Cuba, they had to go to the sugarcane fields to get work. And Blvd, obviously, I believe Evercane is there, right? I believe that's where it's at. And so my dad was working in the sugarcane factories back in the 60s. And so we lived there for a short time. It was like I think like a year or something like that, and then moved back to Miami after. But during that time, I was born in Blvd, Florida. How about that?
Yeah, that's a talent-rich area, man. So many unbelievable, the Muck Bowl and all that stuff. The history there.
What is it? Immokalee, Blvd, and Apopka.
Pahokee.
Pahokee.
Yeah,
yes. Yep. That's the triangle. That triangle is. That's some shit, dude. Edrin James, Antonio Holmes, Louis Oliver. I mean, isn't Fred Taylor from that area?
Yeah, Fred Taylor as well. Yeah, I mean, you can look up. I think you can go to YouTube and watch the videos of the Muck.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, they have a lot of sports specials on it.
Jesus, dude, the amount of people that have come from that area. I mean, it's like, what was I doing there? Like, I ruined it for everybody else. Like, everybody else is talented, and then I pop up. Like, wow, you know, it's they probably erased me from the records there in Blvd. You know, it's like
they need every town's got to turn out a sportscaster or a sports writer, and you know, I represent West Kendall, you represent Blvd. I mean, we all got to come from somewhere.
That's it, baby. That's it. I know you were talking about Cam Ward and the fit for the Canes. What are you seeing with him?
Well, I mean, look, he's not a runner, right? I think some people look at him and they say, oh, he's some tremendous runner. He's going to run for a bunch of yards. He's not. He's a guy who buys time in the pocket, which I really, really like, which I think every quarterback needs to be able to do nowadays to be successful with the way defenses bring pressures and blitz from all different angles. He's had fumble issues in the past. Hopefully he cleans that up. He's fumbled the ball out. Hasn't always lost the ball, but the ball scored it free. So that's something he'll work on while he's here. But look, man, the guy's got a rocket arm. He's got the pro body, the pro potential. From a natural fit to me, running this offense, running, you know, what's supposed to be this air raid, having some of the backs that he has to hand the ball off to. It's a perfect fit. This is the kind of guy Miami needs for 1 year to come in and lift the program in year 3 for Mario.
Well, let's hope he can do that, dude, because they really need a field general. They need a guy that can make plays, and then also I think they need a presence, because De'Aaron King, I thought, you know, he brought that, you know, and a lot of the guys that they've had in the past, when we talk about Canes quarterbacks, they were always guys that led, you know what I mean? And I think that's something that Canes team kind of needs, a couple of guys to really step up and become faces of their team and leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think this year you're going to see guys like Ruben Bain and Francis Mauigoa take on those type of roles, because now they're not freshmen anymore. It's tough when you come in as a freshman and sort of, hey, this is my room, I'm the boss. But when you started a full season already, floor's open, bro. You can take over that room, you can take over that unit, you can take over that entire side of the football. And Ruben Bain, for all the years that I covered him in high school, I mean, that guy was a leader since his sophomore year of high school. Like he was like kids were listening to him when he was a sophomore. So I expect the same with Maui Noah. I think he's that kind of a guy. He did it at IMG Academy. The guys around him sort of fell in line behind him. So when you've got those two guys on your offensive and defensive line, and you get them for the next 2 years, this year and next, you set up pretty good, bro. You're set up pretty good.
Is Maui Noah a personality guy? Does he have that with him? Does he bring that?
He is a.
I'm just
how would
asking.
I describe
I'm
it?
just asking because the name is he Polynesian or something of
Yeah,
that?
yeah. He's Polynesian from American Samoa.
Right, because
Him and his
normally those guys are quiet and they're all hard workers and super tough and all that. They have that. You can almost stereotype those kind of guys because most of them are like that, but they're really not vocal people. So
right,
that's
right.
why I'm asking.
I guess Palomalu might have been the one exception, right? Well,
Right.
maybe it's
Right.
but I think Maui Noah's, watching him at IMG when I went down there and I talked to him, he wasn't bashful. Like the other guys on the team, the way they talked about him gave me the sense he was the dude in the room. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't have firsthand evidence, but other than telling you what my perception of what his teammates said in high school, I thought he came in there and those guys fell in line behind him.
Yeah. Palomalu's still talking to this day.
Yeah.
He's yeah. Now, I guess when you have loud hair, you got to be loud.
You got to be loud,
Yes,
right?
that's kind of the way it goes. You know what I mean? So yeah. All right. What are you working on in the athletics so folks can check you out, my friend?
Yeah, this week we came out with those transfer portal winner stories. So if you want to catch up on everything that's happened in the ACC and the SEC, and you're just like, hey, what did this team do? What did that team do? You want to start looking ahead at the schedule. Hey, who's Miami play this year? I got a full and complete breakdown for you of the transfers, because let's face it, there are not many true freshmen that come in from those recruiting classes and make an impact, but transfers certainly do.
Yeah.
And they have to play and they're counted on immediately. So if you're sitting there at home and you say, man, I wonder what Louisville did. Miami's playing Louisville this year. Or I wondered who are all the guys Florida State got, or how many of those guys are experienced. You can read up on it. I got you covered in The Athletic.
Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro, and make sure you do subscribe to The Athletic. They've always got some great deals going on. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. Have a great weekend. Keep kicking ass in pickleball.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you, man.
You got it. There you go. The great Manny Navarro. Use our code BIG010 at Caneswear. You can get 10% off, baby. That's right. Caneswear.com. BIG010. Even when you go online to Caneswear.com, you can use the code. And when you go in person at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, you give them our code BIG010, and they will take care of you. You'll get 10% off anything. UM gear, Inter Miami. You want a Messi jersey? You can buy one there. Messi t-shirts, Dolphins, Marlins, Panthers. They got it all, man. So get on down there to Caneswear.com.